So when you take these microcosms out, there's going to be some things like that. But if you take them reasonably far away,
culturally and distance-wise,
and then divide them down further. So initially, you could even just divide the whole company in half and have this part of the business and this part, and then you could keep halving and halving, rather than take one microcosm out and then another microcosm out.
Yeah, you
both
could
those
do
ways
that.
could work.
Well, the problem is you've got these. I mean, what do you do with the accounts department? Half them. I mean, what would you do if you've got, for instance, an accounts receivable clerk and accounts payable clerk? You can't really take a chainsaw and half them out.
Whereas with the microcosm,
unless you say one clerk, you're going to look after both parts for them, and you're going to do receivable and payable for them.
And that's when the problems start, because you've just expanded their work. When you grow a business, remember each person's job gets smaller. So you start off with Joe, the plumber. Let's use that example because it's familiar to everybody. He does his accounts receivable, accounts payable, plumbing, sales,
credit chasing.
And as this model grows like a balloon,
he doesn't do the accounts anymore.
He doesn't do the accounts.
He doesn't do the
but
selling.
also, accounts is no longer accounts because it gets split up into Jenny, who does accounts receivable, and Bill, who does accounts payable.
Eventually, he doesn't even do
somebody
toilets,
does
he just does bathrooms.
That's right. And when you start to split up, remember, people's jobs have to combine. Well, that's not good. That's more work. Well, do I get more money for that?
So it's, what Andrew's saying is easy as you expand to employ specialists to do one thing, and for an individual to take his workload or her workload and then halve it because you've got a specialist. So you're doing less. And perhaps you're picking the bit you're good at and you like. But when you go the other way, when you shrink down into microcosms, you have the opposite problem, that you're trying to get people to multi-skill to do things they have no experience of. So that combining skills...
integration rather than differentiation causes an inertia within the system because people don't want to do it. They're actually wanting to say, well, we could split up accounts receivable into 2 bits. So if I get A to whatever it is in the middle of the alphabet, accounts receivable, and then the remainder to another person, well, that's much better, yes. That's half my workload. Oh, that'd be terrific.
So you see there's a bit of a headwind against microcosms, and you've got to be thoughtful how you do it. So typically what we would do is we'd say, well, in this little microcosm, how difficult is the accounts? I mean, it sounds like with all these fancy accounting jargon that it's a very complicated, mysterious thing, but the truth is you could do it on an app. And actually, you might be better to get the inspector who's in charge of quality in the team, to also put the numbers into the app. And that's the job done. And all you get out of it in the end is a digital report that can be which can be easily transferred over to the account system of your business.
You probably wouldn't have anybody from finance in your microcosm then.
Because you don't, do you? You don't have a person, and you